You know, all the people I know that are really, really confident are the people that you probably would be surprised to find they have some kind of issue. I often tell people about my personal insecurity with feeling ugly and feeling non-attractive because I grew up being told I was ugly. Every girl I ever liked as a kid was like, ew, not you, but they would like my friends, you know? I'm like, what's wrong with me? And the only thing I think of, because my personality was A1, is that it has to be the face. And that just kind of cemented itself as a fix-it of my personality of, you know, I am confident in myself, but I still have this insecurity around my looks. And I'm sure you're no different. Like, I'm sure you have something that makes you feel bad about yourself. And I have a myriad of things. I've made other videos about this in the past. You can check that out here. But this one is going to be the update for 2019. This is the 2019 insecurity list. These are things I'm insecure about. And I want to tell you, too, that even if you are insecure, there are ways of dealing with it. There are ways of working with it. There are ways of getting rid of it. And today I'll just give you the first steps of how to really deal with being insecure and as well expose my own stuff. So let's just dig right in. So I often think I'm, you know, ugly. I've said that already. And the way I've really kind of worked with that one is I've made my personality of such as someone that you want to hang out with. I've decided to be, you know, Mr. Friendly. I try to be, you know, Mr. Nice Guy. I try to be funny. I try to be entertaining. I try to be interesting. I really do feel like if I thought I was good looking, I wouldn't try to do any of that stuff. I really wouldn't. It's made me like live more than I ever would have otherwise. I really feel like I go out of my way to do really cool things, really different things because I don't feel good about my looks. And even now, I'll say that, like, you know, time has gone by, and the older I've gotten, the better I feel about my looks. So I've retained, you know, that interesting streak about myself. But now I also do feel good about my looks. I do feel like sometimes I am moderately attractive. I'll even say sometimes I can be handsome given the right angle. I will often tell you, you know, there are things you can do to make yourself feel good about yourself. And I'll give you an example of one right now. Like I did on my Instagram. It's a challenge of find 3 looks. One look for me was no hat, rocking the baldy, just being me, smiling, being happy, okay? The next one would be same thing, but wear a hat, you know? Maybe gives you a little bit of an edge, right? Then take that same hat, flip it backwards. Now you look a little bit younger, a little bit more reckless, it still makes you feel good. So find 3 looks that make you feel good as a person. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a pop of color. It could be anything. It could be a hat. It could be, you know, like getting your hair cut. It could be growing a beard, but it doesn't matter what it is. But find something that works for you that makes you feel good. It's a way to own the thing that you're not the most secure about. Now, another thing I'm insecure about is, of course, the birthmark and being bald as a 2-in-1. Of course, being bald, people go, well, you're black and you're bald. Not a big deal. It does not matter. I'm looking at all these people out here with all this hair, and I'm like, yo, I can't do nothing. Like, I just feel like it makes me look way older. I just feel like it just doesn't make me look as virile. I feel like I just don't have it. I don't have the same abilities as everyone else. It really does feel that way. Especially if you're in the black community. The black community, hair is huge. You're getting the waves, you're getting all the things. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I can't do anything about this. I can't change it. I'm not gonna try to hide it. I do like the hats, but I'm not gonna try to hide it. I'm just gonna rock with what I have. And hopefully that's good enough. And that is the biggest thing you can learn when dealing with insecurities is sometimes you have to just own them. You have to take the power out of them so they can't control you anymore. When I was younger, people made fun of me all the time for having this freaking birthmark, and I hated it, right? So I kept my hair growing out consistently. And then one day, you know, my barber screwed up my hair, so I had to shave my head down, right? And this is like in high school. And this one jerk kid made fun of me, and it hurt. He's like, hey, what's that on your head? Ew! And I was like, it's a birthmark. And he was just like, yeah, well, it's a birth. Ew! Bleh! And like, did that. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gross. Thanks, man. And I really wish that I had the confidence that I have now, because now I would say something like, I don't know, man, why do you care? You trying to date me? Like, it's on my head. I can't change it. You want me to go back and tell my mom to stop? I don't know what you want me to do. Everyone has them, man. I'm sorry. And then he goes, why would you just shut your hair down? I'm like, well, you know, I decided to. I don't care. I can say that now. I can say I don't care now, but I cared back then. And I think it's important to learn to be okay with who you are so you really don't care. Because now it's just a part of me. I don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way. And honestly, I'm just here, you know? I'm a human. I'm living. I'm breathing. I'm doing cool stuff. And that's all I can really ask for. I have a pretty good life, you know? If this is all I get as a penance, meh. You know what I mean? I'm also insecure about the fact that I'm not black enough. You know what I mean when I say that? That I'm not your stereotypical black guy. I'm not thuggy. You know, I'm not in these streets. And I think a lot of people meet you and want you to be in these streets, both black, white, and otherwise. And when you're not, they're like, you must be white. And I'm like, you know, I often like go, well, I'm not white. You know, I really want to like, you know, be where they want me to be. I want to be their magical Negro. But the thing is, I can't be. I can just be me and not worry about being black enough and worry more about being me enough. I really want to always be authentic as a person. And that is another insecurity, is that I often wonder when I'm doing these YouTube videos, are you viewing me as someone who's just being a YouTuber with my YouTube voice? Or am I really being me? Am I really being real? Am I really making a difference? And that's a hard one to deal with because sometimes you do have to throw on your YouTube voice to be more presentable and to be more entertaining and to hold retention rates and all that stuff. And yet I still want to be effective as a person who is real, because if you don't connect with me, then all this is for naught. I will always have these insecurities, almost always. But I've learned to at least live with them. I've at least learned to work with them. I've at least learned to make them something that gives me motivation to be better in other arenas. And I know you can do the same. So if you have an insecurity, you're dealing with something, let's talk about it down below. Let's have a sharing session. And maybe we can expose the truth that we're all human. We all have flaws. And no one, and I mean no one, lives without insecurity. We all don't feel perfect about something. You're not alone. And I'm here to support you. Let me know how you feel about the video by giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And check out the other ones. I'll see you guys on the next video. Happy motivation. And now we use teleport.